Welcome to my YouTube channel, CISD. Here we are going to discuss the market of forex. Oh my god, I'm laughing because there's just too many videos out there about forex. And I'm not saying that mine is like the the god or anything. I'm just saying. Anyways, guys, aside from that, let's get down to business. Here we are going to be discussing CISD. Uh, and pertaining specifically to forex, guys, I've not back tested the and I've not used this one on crypto or futures. So if you trade those things, those assets, and you wish to use this one, I advise you to go and back test. Even when you want to use this one on forex, go and back test. All right. So now we are going to deal with CISD. To those that don't know about CISD, this is how it simply looks like. For those guys that don't know about CISD, change in the state of derivative. Please, I'm not going to discuss or teach the basics here or walk through the basics. There is plenty of videos out there on YouTube. Go and learn them. Here, I'm just going to build on it. So now I'm not going to teach you what you already know. I'm building on that system to increase your win rate. So now, CISD is traditionally taught like this. Price touches an important level, could be FVGs, IFVGs, order blocks, or pool of liquidity, and then makes this sharp V-shape reversal. Okay, and then goes back and retest this line that you draw, here. After price crosses this line, price has to come back and retest. Only then to some are going to enter for a sell if it is a sell, or a buy if it is a buy, in this case if it's a buy. So when price retest, then you enter for a sell. For those, there are those that when price closes here, they enter for a sell in this case, or here they enter for a buy here. Also, different setups. But then, if you have traded CISD as long as I have, you would have realized by now that it is prone to a lot of failures. Of course, sometimes it makes money, sometimes it fails, and most of the times it fails. And you're like, oh my god, what did I do wrong? CISD is ce n'est pas bien, it's not good. At first, when somebody explains it, you feel like, oh my god, this is and they're just picking up perfect setups in the market. Perfect setups. They don't show you where it fails. They, of course, because they want to show you that, it works. But not like me. Me, I'm going to show you how this setup I'm going to show you building on CISD even fails sometimes. But guys, let's be honest. You don't need your setup to be 100%. We just need max 50%. If your trading strategy has a win rate of 50%, you're a profitable trader. 60%, you are the goat. you know so we just want to reduce our losses. you know a 5% increase in your win rate is very big. Anyway, aside from that, let's continue. So uh what we want, guys, is price entering, making V-shape, retesting, coming back. We are saying it fails most of the time. And some people also, they wait for continuation here. And again, that continuation fails because price comes and this stops your stop loss, which is traditionally thought to put here. So the real reason this is failing, the real reason, guys, is because you are entering in the noise, in the market noise. So we need to reduce the noise, you know. We need to sieve out the noise. Of course, not all of it, but most of it. So how are we going to do that? So now I have a three-step authentication or verification or confirmation before you enter a trade. And guys, just what's this? Uh, a warning here. If you like to trade 3 trades in a day, 5 trades in a day, if you like to trade 10 trades in a week, this setup is not for you. If you are a traderaholic, I don't know if that trade even exists. Like you just can't sit unless you trade. This setup is not for you. This setup will only give you maximum maybe 4 trades in a week, and I don't know. Then that week was something else, lucky week. But most of the time, 2, 3 trades in a week. But those trades, they are A plus plus setup. A plus plus setup. Why am I saying that? Because most of the trades you're going to ignore them. They're just going to fall short of the 3-step verification I'm going to show you. But once that verification, all 3 steps have been met when you enter that trade, it is an A plus plus. I'm not saying sometimes it won't fail. It will pass most of the time. Okay? So now let's get into this, guys. Alright? Let's get into it. So now the first step is this. We go on a 4-hour time frame. This is when we factored in, the ICT concepts of, where the trend is going up. You've used the weekly and daily uh, uh, CRT closures as the targets. When you've done all those things, I'm not going to teach all those things. Okay, yeah, but I hope you understand from the examples I'm going to give. So let's say you have an order block on a 4-hour time frame. You want price on the 4-hour time frame to go and hit your order block. When that order block is hit, you jump. So this is it. We're going to call this 4-hour time frame. When the order block on the 4-hour time frame is hit, what do? You jump to the 1-hour time frame. Okay. There are some people, when price just hits this order block where they expect price to bounce from, they even put a stop loss somewhere here, and then their target there, and expect. But us, we are not going to do that. We are not playing a guessing game here. We are dealing with money. We don't want to lose money anyhow. If we lose money anyhow, it has to be, or if we lose money at all, it has to be not because we guessed, but because the system just failed us that day. So we jump to a 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, as price has hit that order block, as it is in the order block, or as it is reversing from that order block, what we want is, price was coming like this. When it hits that 4-hour time frame order block, we want on the 1-hour time frame, want price to come back and create a V shape, a clear V shape formation. This line. This line. When price comes, the 1-hour candle closes. You have to wait for the 1-hour candle to close above this line, or below this line in this case. But that's the CISD, for example, we are seeing here. We are not going to enter, not at all. Money, very special. It hurts. We work for this money. We're not just going to lose it like that, or bet on it like that as if we are gambling anyhow. No, 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 no. This is technical analysis. This is a mechanical system. So now when price closes below, in this case, this here is the line. Okay, what do? We jump to the 15 minutes time frame. On the 15 minutes, what do we expect? So guys, this is it. This 1-hour setup that we see here. We want now price to start reversing to this towards this line, CISD line. So now here what we want is, here as price was coming, it was leaving fair value gaps. Important, in short, it was leaving important important levels. It could be liquidity, candles, clusters of candles, or it could be, an order block. So we are watching, we draw these order blocks here, we draw them, and we expect price to come back, retest this line, but not just retest on the 15 minutes time frame. We want price to come tap one of these, one of these. Then tapping there doesn't mean we have to enter. We want now price to come and clear this uh, 15-minute line, CISD line. So it has to now create another CISD V-shape formation. Only when price closes above this line, in this case below this line, do we enter for what? A sell. Okay, we are going to talk about risk management later, but now, and then put our stop loss here. If this distance is too small, you can put your stop loss at the last candle of that 1 hour time frame. Yes, but in this case we're going to put it here as the stop loss, stop loss here, and then TP here, and then price. Obviously, sometimes, because this is the triple confirmation, sometimes price just continues, you takes your TP, but sometimes it comes to retest, for some more, because some more, how can I say this, some pairs, forex pairs, there's a lot of manipulation, so price sometimes it comes to clear or pick up orders, so, but the safest place is to enter at the close of that 15 minutes candle. Okay, guys, if this is confusing, don't worry about it. We are going to jump into the what's this, into uh, an example, a real-time example, the charts. All right, so let's get into a chart. This is the FPX 500. We look for, on a 4 hour time frame, we look for an order block. So if you see this one, the trend, is uptrend, strong uptrend. So we come to the 4 hour time frame here. Okay, we are going to backtest a bit. So we pick this 4 hour time frame. We see this order block. All right. So now this order block price has come and tapped in it. As we are not the people that are going to enter here and say, no, price has tapped into this order block, like when price taps here, put to axis. Of course, here it has worked, but price doesn't move like that. Okay, as we want triple confirmation, we enter for a trade, we enter for a trade. Okay, so price has tapped. What do? We go to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, we draw the CISD line. Okay, those guys, please go and watch videos on YouTube about this CISD is formed and everything, the basics. So we have here the CISD line drawn. Okay, so mind you, you have to wait this candle to be closed. This one now that closes above the CISD. You have to wait, you have to chill. Okay, yeah. So now after that is formed, what do you do next? You jump to the 15 minutes time frame, because now price is reversing to touch this 1 hour or 1 hour CISD, and here we have got where is 15 minutes? Yes, so price comes, and if you see, guys, let me give you, price comes, and the first tap, they did cross beyond this CISD line on the 15. No, it drops further, it came further down here into this important level. So here the important level is this, there is a cluster of lines here. People are taught to put stop losses below these candles, so there are people putting candles here to go forward. So now this is a liquidity pool here, so price comes and gathers those liquidity pools and does what, crosses beyond this CISD line on the 15 minutes time frame, you know. So what do we do on the 15 minutes time frame? When price closes this 15 minutes candle closed, where it closes, we enter for a what, CC? A buy. In this case, a buy. Put our stop loss here. What do we target? Me, I target this, you can target this one, you know. In this case, we're going to target this one. All right, guys. So now you target this one, opposing liquidity, because we know that there's stop losses there's all those kind of things there going on there, and put our stop loss here. And what does price come? Of course, in this case, it went, and then came and retested this side and went. So retesting, it's up to you to but me, I wouldn't advise for you to waste unless this line is just too long. You're like, oh my god, this candle is too long, let me just wait for it to come and retest. But small as this, just enter at the close of that one, because in most cases price doesn't come to do what, doesn't come to retest. Risk to reward management. So now, if you see that you are entering a trade like this is 1 to 5.8 risk to reward. Guys, please bear with me. When you want to risk $100, in this case on this trade, you want to risk $100, instead of opening one trade, this is very important. Instead of opening one trade, open two. So I want to risk $100 on this trade, open two trades, two positions, each one $50. One is going to be like this. Let me copy this one with the same stop loss, but 1 to 1. Okay, put it at 1 to 1 risk to reward. Okay, and then the other one, put it at the standard risk to reward that you put here. So now this is what will happen. Price, when the price hits this one, it takes profit here. Okay, when the price takes profit here for this one, hits takes profit, what do you do? So this one is complete. You move the stop loss of this other one to what? To break even, guys. Very important. You move the to break even. Are you getting me? So that if price comes down, something happens, maybe some of you don't even look at the news here, like what's the news on that day. You know, when price comes down because of news or other events, or you are just wrong, because sometimes you can just get like you are just wrong. When price comes down here, after taking back your profit, it hits and continues, you have secured a 1 to 1 profit. You've secured a $50 in this case. You get me? Very important stuff. Go and backtest the process. Don't just sit there in the, you know, sit there in the and take my word for it. Go and backtest the process. So first one, you take profit like that. Okay. Let's look at another example. 4-hour time frame again. We are back on it. Let's look for an important level here. We have an FVG. FVG. Oh, not FVG. Order block here. Some are going to say another block. Okay, then we have an FVG here. Whatever the case, it's an important level. Price is coming towards it. What do we do? Price has tapped into it on the 4-hour time frame. What do? We don't enter for a trade, ladies and gentlemen. We go to the 1-hour time frame. Okay, 1-hour time frame. What do we want? We draw a recent line, no, recent consecutive candles. You know how CISD works. If you don't know, go and watch the videos, please. We draw this line. Okay, So we want price now to come on the 1 hour time frame to come and cross that line. This candle has come and closed above it. Only when it has closed above it do you do what? You go to the 15 minutes time frame. You jump triple confirmation. Triple confirmation. Very important, guys. Very important. So now price here we saw it crossed. That's the this part from here to this. It's that 1 hour. 1 2 3 4 candles from 1 2 3 4, 30 30 60 minutes. So now what do we do here? So we draw important levels. We have got a FVG here. If you want order block here, it's an order block. We have got other FVGs. These ones have been already, or order blocks has already been used, and so on down there. If your price wanted could have come down here, but here it is. So now this, it's more, some of you would have even ignored it. Me, I took this straight back. Anyways, this one overlaps with this line. You get it? It's very strong. It's like quadruple confirmation. Anyways, that's not what I'm teaching here. But the point is that this FVG or order block, if you're taking this zone, it's even overlapping with this line. That's why you saw price come and do what? When it tapped into it, it did what? It went back. So now here it's a bit technical knowledge. If you are new to trading, you won't even understand this part. But anyway, it just requires someone to understand the principle of what of CISD. CISD works that way. The up consecutive candles after this price has tapped into. So this side there is no up consecutive candles that are this side to for us to make a V shape, like it has come back and crossed. So now this same candle is going to act on its own. Okay, so when price comes, you wait for it to close on the 15 minutes time frame. So when this one is starting, it has already crossed. So here is where you're going to enter a what CC, a position, a long position. Where are we putting our stop loss? On this one. Where are we targeting? You can target all these lows here, all these lows there. You can target even up to here, yeah, even up to here. But me, I don't trade that. The maximum I trade is 1 to 2 risk to reward. So I'm going to look for where 1 to 2 is going to give. This is one is too much for me. Somewhere here, okay, that will be my first one. Okay, the other one, oh my, some of you, oh, the other trade you showed us, you did the 1.5 something, because on the left side, as you could see, that was the highest liquidity zone we had. I couldn't make a 1 to 2. You have to look for opposing liquidity on the left side. So this is the first trade you're going to put, and as I explained, open 2 trades. Okay, open another one. This one you're going to do what? Same stop loss. If you are putting, let's say some of you have a lot of money, 5,000. If you want to risk 5,000, the first one, the first trade you open a what's this, a 2,500. The second one a 2,500. But the first setup should be a 1 to 1. The second one a 1 to 2. So the first one for a 1 to 1, when price hits this one, move to break even, guys. Move to break even. Very important. Very important. Let's look at this one, guys. So this is how this setup will save you. So there is this one here, important level. Okay, important level. What happens here, guys? Price comes, so we see price trending upwards. So important level, price comes and enters into the the 4-hour time frame order block. We jump to the 1 hour. What happened here, guys? Some of you who trade when price just enters an important level, you enter CISD has formed. Oh my god, let's go. Now this is what happens. This is how your setups fails. So price has tapped. This is the first line you draw, failed to cross above it, and made it even lower. What do? You draw the second one. perfect setup. Oh my god, price here it comes strong V shape. You enter for a trade. Some of you wait for a what's this? A, who puts limit order here for a retest. Price comes at oh my god, you're like, oh my god. You put your let me show you setups. Your setups. Let me prophesy. This is how your step setups looks like. Oh my god, that's 1.6. And then price just comes whoop strong, beat you out of it. So price comes, creates that V shape. Here it is. You don't enter for a trade. What do, ladies and gentlemen? You got to the 15. We want to take the money. Eh? You got to the 15 minutes time frame. Price comes, and now we want a V shape. You know, price comes. This is our first V shape. Does price cross above it? No. It creates even a more lower low. And what happens? It goes. So now, when price goes and hits this one, this our 1 hour lower low, what do? We go back to the 1 hour and we wait for another CISD. And what happened here, guys? Price did what? Went through this order block. You see, triple confirmation has saved your dollars. It has saved your dollars. Oh my god. Yeah, the usual CICT stuff, you're drawing your breaker, whatever, breakout structures, all those things. Here we have inducement, this line of inducement, because there was this other block here, some people entered here, got induced and everything. Those concepts, go and check other videos for those stuffs. I'm not here to teach you all those stuffs. So we have got this one for our order block. What does price does? Let me delete this stuff. What does price does here? Price comes, taps into it. We don't enter. Not us, not at all. We go to 1 hour time frame. Here we draw our CISD line. Okay. Here is our CISD line. We're gonna extend it, but here we assume we are here. We don't know here what is going on. So we draw a CISD line. Price gives a very nice V shape here. Do we enter for a trade here? Of course, here it went like that, but no, not us. Not us. As we wait for triple confirmation, jump to the 15 minutes because we are here for the money. We are not here to play, not at all. Okay? What happens here? Price comes, creates this V shape. Okay? This V shape. I want to show you something interesting. Okay, and after price, I said when price creates when it closes this 15 minutes candle closes. So now you guys look at this. This is too big. This is too big of a stop loss. Oh my god. What do? You put it there on the CISD line, wait for price to come here and retest. And then the usual, so you look here, opposing liquidity, guys, opposing liquidity, very important. Don't just say, oh, he said 2.2. Oh, that, no. Opposing liquidity. This is my opposing liquidity. Okay, this is what 1.4. First setup. Second setup, so here if I'm risking $50, I'm going to put $25 first setup. Another setup, I'm going to put 7 stop loss, but 1 to 1, $25. Okay, what happens? Price comes and retests, goes and taps that one, and it flies. Just a mechanical system, just a mechanical system. That is what we are doing. Follow these 3 rules, your win rate increases. There are times this fails. When you go to backtest, I don't have the time to start showing you the time this setup fails, and especially it fails on the 15th minute time frame because this is a small time frame. a lot also happens on the 15. There is a lot of manipulation. It's not like the 1 hour time frame. The 15 minutes time frame, there is a lot of manipulation. Sometimes it fails. That's why we are doing this. Okay, and that's why I'm saying go and back test. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching and wish you good luck. I hope things work out. Make sure you back test. Don't come back here in my comments and be like, oh my god, the setup failed, I lost money. Go and back test. Okay, back testing very important. Goodbye, guys. See you in the next video.